Today we're really close in here on my face because I'm going to do a brow tutorial. A lot of you guys have been saying that you really like my brows on Instagram or Facebook whenever I post photos lately. So I have changed how I've done my brows, so I'm going to show you guys how I do that now. And also thank you for the sweet comments, they're very nice. A little thing about my brows, I used to have really thick brows. I don't know what happened, but the older I get, the less brow hair I have. So these are my natural brows. I almost look like a bald cat. So I'm going to fill these in actually pretty well. What I've been doing lately, which is what's different, is I've been overextending my brow. So in the past I would stop like where my natural brow stops, but lately I've been going out a little bit farther, and I find that it helps to frame my face a little bit better. I actually saw, this is really bad to admit, but it's not bad to admit, but I guess I'm embarrassed to admit, but I saw on Kim Kardashian, I noticed that her brows are extremely long on her face, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. I was like, oh, they really frame her face really nicely. Let me give that a try. And I gave it a try and I was like, wow, that makes a difference. So apparently you guys have noticed too, so I'm going to show you what I do and the products that I use. Lately I've been using the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I'm using the color number 5. I got it from Ulta and I just really like this pencil. It goes on nice and smooth. I'm going to try and zoom in a tiny bit closer. Alright, so you guys are in my pores now and you can see all the details, which is great for you, not so great for me. So I'm gonna go ahead again with the Benefit Precisely My Brow. So this is not an ad, but I'm just gonna show you the pencil has the drawing stick and then you have the brush. So I'd like to go in with the brush first and just make sure that all of my hairs are kind of sticking up. Same thing on this side because they tend to fall. So now my hairs are all kind of sticking up, I just go right underneath my brow. I just start from the inside and work out, tracing right underneath my brow just to kind of get the initial outline. And this is me overextending it. So I overextend it pretty far. I do the same thing to the side. Going right underneath where the bottom of the hair is. I don't want to go past the hair because I like to see the roots of my hair sticking out. It makes it look more natural. So I just kind of hit the bottom, go all the way down past to overextend. So then next I'm going to do the top of the brow. I'll also mention I'm not wearing like any foundation or anything like that. I am wearing face primer, but I like to put my brows on before I do my foundation just because I want it to stick to my face and I don't want it to stick to my foundation. I'm like really oily, so if I put my foundation on first, it gets really oily and gross and then my brows will slip off. So I like to do it before I do my foundation. So I'm just gonna go and do the same thing. My hairs get like kind of sparse right here towards the inside. So I kind of start where the thickness stops. I don't really want to go over that because then it tends to look fake. So starting like right here where the thickness of my brow stops, I'm just gonna kind of define that shape, bring it in out like that. And then I'm gonna create like a little, you see I have zero hair right there. So I'm actually gonna create like a little bit of a shape here by just connecting it down, almost like you would do a winged liner and bringing it down to the end. And then just fill it in. So starting from the very bottom and just brush stroking it up to fill that in to make it look like natural hairs. I'd like to round it out a little bit, nothing too sharp. I guess it depends. Sometimes I go sharp. Now that we have all of this brow filled in and we have to do the sparse area, making sure that my pencil is nice and sharp, I just kind of go in with brush-like strokes, starting from the bottom and up to fill in that space. That's it. So I'll do the other one so you can see. Again, starting from the thickness of my brow right before it starts to thin out, carrying it over. Now I'm going to create that kind of shape, connecting it down to the tail end of my brow. Alright, so now I'm just going to fill in that little sparse area, working from the very bottom and up with hair-like strokes again to make sure it looks natural. Try not to make it too thick too because, I mean, it depends on your own brow, but my brows tend to get thinner, so if I put too much here, they look like squares, so I try not to fill it in too much. Admittedly, these are not my best brows, and I think that's because I tried to do it on camera. Next, I'm going to take the brush, and I'm just going to kind of blend that in a little. Make sure the hairs are going in the right direction. This is the part that really makes my brows look more natural, number one, and number two, make sure all the hairs stay in place. I use a brow gel. This is actually called Invisible Brow Fixer. It's translucent. You can buy brow gels anywhere. I actually got this from Black Up Company. They sent it to me. I know the controversy with this company, so that's why I'm a little hesitant to say it, but this is what I'm using, so I'm not gonna lie. But it just looks like that, and it just holds all your hairs in place, and it just is amazing. And I actually tend to use a lot of this. So I put a lot on my brush because my hairs are really long, and if I don't do this, my hair will move throughout the day and then my brows will look weird. So once you put the brows up like that, it kind of makes everything come together. Nice thick brows, just how I like them. I'll do the other side. And when you put this stuff on, it kind of goes on shiny, but it'll dry and you won't see it all shining like that. That's it. These are not my best brows that I've ever done. You guys get the point. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the rest of my makeup, take out my hair so you can see the final product. I'll be back. So here's the final look with the makeup and everything. So for the brows, I only ended up using 2 products, which was again the Benefit Precisely My Brow, and then I also used the Lock Up Invisible Fixer, which any translucent will work. But yeah, just 2 products for the brows, really simple. And then the rest of the makeup is, I'll just tell you real quick, I use Smashbox. This palette is the Ablaze Eye palette. It's really cool. I love this palette. For my foundation, I used Urban Decay Naked Skin. My concealer is a mix of these 2 NYX concealers, which is the Gotcha Covered. I contoured with my Bare Minerals foundation. I just like to use the deepest deep for my contour. Highlighted using the Jackie Aina palette, which is freaking amazing. I've been using Double Take, and that's what I used for my highlight, which is literally the best highlight I've ever used. It's so good. I don't even know if you could tell. It's good! On my lips are a mix of 2 Black Up products that were sent to me. These are 2 like lip pencils in the color 21M and 23M. So that's the final look. Really easy, these brows. That's how I've been doing it lately. You guys have been really liking it, so thank you so much. Overextending definitely frames my face a lot better, but that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.